Sir, the answer has been given on basis of the bureau which was set up by the past government, which went into this question of assisting the PSUs. Now, the bureau had given a detailed report on basis of which a large number of PSUs got central assistance from the budgetary grants, and some of them could not. Only a few of them, 19 of them, have turned around and become profit-making. The rest are still loss-making. The present government will take a detailed view in the matter, keeping the suggestion which the honourable member has made in mind with regard to the functioning of these PSUs.
So, my second supplementary is, will the Finance Minister please share what the government's approach to managing these PSUs and investments will be in the future, as different from the previous government, sir? Like perhaps a holding company for all public investments?
With regard to the structure the honourable member is suggesting, whether they function alone or they function collectively under a holding company, I do not think that itself is going to make a difference. We have to ensure that these PSUs, in which a very large number of employees are there and a large amount of public investment is struck, learn to function, and their management has the capacity to function in a competitive environment, because they are competing in the same field with other private sector companies, and unless they can function in that competitive environment, it may become very difficult for them to really survive in that environment.
Shri Bhattacharjee.
We have seen that the government is going to take certain measures to improve the PSU. It is fine. But would you, the minister, can reply us how they like to run the PSUs? In so many cases we have seen the retired IAS people or the state administrative people, they are running the PSU and they have no intention to run the PSU properly. On the contrary, they are misusing their power. They have no technical knowledge. So many industries I have seen in West Bengal and other part of the country where the PSUs are sick due to the bad management and the labor troubles. What are the steps government is thinking to put the proper technocrats so that they can run the PSU properly?
So the functioning of each of these PSUs is really in relation to the concerned department of the government under whose jurisdiction they fall. There is no single department which runs them, because it may depend on which field of activity they are in, they relate to that department. But I do agree with the honourable member, because as I said, this reply has been given on basis of the report of the bureau which was set up by the UPA government, which went into the functioning of these PSUs, which tried to revive some of these PSUs. There are 79 of them which are completely loss-making. 19 of them have turned around. And therefore, the management of these PSUs has to be professionalized. It has to be run by people who know how to run businesses. These PSUs will have to run like businesses because they are running in a competitive environment. They cannot run as a department of the government. They are no longer functioning in a monopoly area where people will buy their products irrespective of whether they are competitive or not. So the management will have to tune itself to a complete market economy and a competitive environment.
Shri Tapan said.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. The reply that has been given, that 48 CPSEs, for them the approval for revival is granted. Sir, there are many more PSUs whose product is hotly traded in this market, like switchgear, like tire. The number of PSUs are there who also BRPSC has issued winding up order. And the basic reason is not understandable, because those PSUs are having enough revival potential. If their properly capital investment is made, they can revive and they can earn regularly for the public exchequer in a big way. My question is that public money investment in PSUs, yes, definitely there is a problem. But public sector as a whole in our country generates huge surplus which can be harnessed in reviving these sick PSUs. Particularly, I draw your attention to the point that instead of going in for disinvesting in those areas, Finance Minister in his budget speech, you have also told that during last
Question,
1 year
please.
period, the PSUs as a whole has invested 2,47,000 crore capital investment in the economy, which has kept the national economy afloat. 1 year, that
What
is
is
a
the
huge
question?
investment. So my point is that they are generating for themselves. My question is that whether Finance Minister or the concerned ministries of the government as a whole should seriously consider revival, proper capital investment of the revival of all the sick PSUs, particularly which is having a good market,
Thank you.
having good efficiencies, particularly like
Thank you.
Bicolori, like Tire Corporation of India,
Thank
like
you.
Hindustan Cables, whether you are considering in revival
Mr.
of
Tapan
them,
Singh, please, this is
using
not
the,
a speech.
let me complete, using the huge reserve and surplus these all PSUs are having,
Thank you.
which is to the tune of 6 lakh crore.
Thank you.
Sir, there are PSUs and PSUs. Therefore, when my learned friend says, the honorable member, that all PSUs must collectively be seen, there are oil PSUs, there are gas PSUs, and therefore there are PSUs which function in the manufacturing sector. There are several defense PSUs which are, some of which are functioning well. Now, therefore, you can't club PSUs as a whole to say that this is a whole class, everybody is functioning badly or everybody is functioning well. You have to look at it from a PSU to PSU. The honorable member in this house will keep in mind that these are 79 PSUs we are dealing with, which have become over the period of time as loss-making. The total amount of public investment which is struck in these PSUs is quite large. It is about 1,57,000 crores or so. Now, a large number of their loans, over 40,000 crores, have been written off in the books. Over 10,000 crores from the budget have been physically pumped into to make them going. And if you see their performance, the revival and restructuring package, already in 31 of them, has been made. 7 of them are going to be revived through a joint venture or a disinvestment process. Revival through merger with other PSUs is applicable to 7 of them. There is another proposal which the honorable member, Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar, just asked, by giving them to a holding company in relation to 3 of them. Now, there are 4 of them which the government has felt are incapable of revival. And therefore, with regard to them, you may have to take the extreme step of winding up because they can't be revived. The decision, therefore, as to what is to be done with each one of them will have to be PSU specific. A very large number of them are already in the BIFR itself. And therefore, efforts are being made to have rehabilitation schemes through the BIFR.
Shri Vijay Goyal.
लगातार हम सुनते आए हैं कि PSUs ज़्यादातर लॉसेस में चल रहे हैं या सिक हैं। जैसा मंत्री जी ने भी बताया कि 79 लॉसेस में हैं, 49 सिक हैं। तो टोटल PSUs कितने हैं? और एक PSU में एक चेयरमैन होता है, वो सिक होती है, वो लॉसेस में जाती है, उसके बाद वही चेयरमैन दूसरे PSU में चला जाता है। तो मंत्री जी ये बताने की कृपा करेंगे कि अकाउंटेबिलिटी फिक्स की गई है, कितने लोगों को पनिश किया गया है, सैक किया गया है, नहीं तो इसी तरह से ये क्रम चलेगा। दूसरा, कितनी अब
एक सवाल पूछिए।
डिसइन्वेस्ट करने वाले हैं और कितने को क्लोज डाउन करने वाले हैं, ये मैं जानना चाहता हूँ।
प्लीज आंसर वन पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, वन क्वेश्चन।
सर, मैंने अभी माननीय सदस्य तपन सिंह जी के प्रश्न के उत्तर में कहा कि इस वक्त डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट और जॉइंट वेंचर के माध्यम से 7 PSUs का रिवाइवल हो रहा है, क्योंकि प्राथमिकता ये है कि वहाँ जो पूंजी लगी हुई है, वहाँ जो कर्मचारी काम कर रहे हैं, वो अपने रोजगार से बाहर ना जाएं, तो इसलिए किसी तरीके से वो लोग रिवाइव हो पाएं। इसी प्रकार से 31 PSUs ऐसे हैं जिनको मौजूदा ढांचे में ही सरकार ने अपनी योजना से रिवाइव करने का प्रयास किया है। 4 ऐसे हैं जिनके संबंध में लगता है कि ये शायद रिवाइव नहीं हो पाएंगे, इसलिए उनको वाइंड अप करने का ही निर्णय है। अकाउंटेबिलिटी पीएसयू स्पेसिफिक वाइज है, अगर किसी विशेष पीएसयू के बारे में माननीय सदस्य जानना चाहे तो मैं वो जानकारी दे सकता हूँ।
Thank you.